Okay. Okay, I can start. This is the first link on Stable Diffusion. Uh, like last time, it will be browsing a lot of these see. Our goal is to just get an overview of this thing, and later we might look at some code to see how this is done. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So the basic idea of stable diffusion is like in terms of machine learning models. I'm not reading
Mhm.
here. I'm just remembering. You can fill in what you remember as well. So the basic idea
Okay.
is that we have two models. One model is a representation of images, and it also has the ability to create images from that representation. The other model is a representation of text. But the thing here is both the representation of the images and text are so that they are kind of in the same language. So what this allows is that if you give some text, uh, its representation can then be used to make an image because we already have a model that can convert a representation into an image.
Okay.
Is that how you also remember this, or?
Yeah. So from how I remember it from an application perspective where we were trying to recreate fonts. Um, that's how I remember it.
Yeah, that is also fine. But that is the way we were, yeah, I guess we last time when we looked at it, we were trying to get something done. So maybe we didn't talk about how the thing works as well. And because we
Yeah.
were trying to get something done, we also used a little more complicated workflow than what I just described. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we can just quickly maybe glance through the text here. So what is stable diffusion? We can ignore that. How to use stable diffusion is what they show. You basically need that here. You can see gingerbread house, diorama, etc.
Mhm.
That is the prompt, and these are the images it created.
Okay.
Okay. So then I guess advantage of stable diffusion, that's fine. I guess the biggest thing is that it is a bunch of open source models that anybody can use. Then they give some examples on how to run it on your PC or if or use online generators. Then they give some GUI which allows for
Mhm.
more complicated workflows. So I don't know yet what advanced prompting means. Then they're saying regenerate a small part of an image with in painting. So I guess this is the one that we were trying to look at. So what we
Yeah.
were doing is that in our font we were creating a hole. Then we were asking it to fill in that hole with a certain style, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. We also had a GUI we are using, so that sort of fills into this part.
Yeah. So that is what this section is about, by the way. They are talking about the workflows that a GUI provides us. We had used
Mhm.
this GUI automatic 1111. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'll just open these links in other tabs. We'll then look at them. Okay, so then they give examples. So generate images from text. So these are anime style they haven't given us the prompt here, but the prompt may be contained it some instruction that generate a woman or Lara Croft maybe in the style of Japanese anime.
Yeah,
Then they have a photorealistic style, and other examples are to generate, I guess, painting like landscapes or something, fantasy style, artistic style, uh, animals, and yeah. Then we have generate an image from an image. So I guess the left image here is the one that will be transformed into a realistic apple. I suppose
yeah,
way that it would work is it will take the representation of the left image and modify that representation with
yeah,
your final representation. You can hear me?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. Um, I agree. I think if you gave it the image alone, from the way it looks, there could be lots of possibilities of what this fruit is.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I couldn't hear the last thing you said.
Yeah, I was saying, if it's only the image alone, there are tons of possibilities of what the output could be.
Okay.
So I think you also need like a textual prompt so that it can generate a good image.
That probably makes sense. Yeah. This could have been a watermelon as well, maybe. So it probably also needs
Yeah,
text to say that I want a green apple.
yeah,
Okay, then we have photo editing, where they say in painting. Make videos, I think, is a more complicated workflow. So, yeah. So they're saying, okay, so I guess the first video is to make a complete video from the prompt. They're saying maybe a second and a more easier way is to take an existing video and just completely stylize it using stable diffusion.
yeah, yeah. I've seen people make a ton of money out of this, but on social media, um, there are people who like they make this sort of fantasy video. So it could be combining pictures of animals, like a lion and another animal, and they get tons of views. So I've seen the videos before.
Okay. Okay, so then this tutorial goes on to the importance of prompts. So they're saying using a prompt generator is a good way. So I suppose there are utilities that can take an image and give you a prompt back so that you can learn about how you can be specific about what you want from an image. So, and they're also giving a short list of keywords and notes here. That's okay, that's a different tutorial.
Mhm. I also remember um, you told me once that when you're giving a prompt, it's also recommended that you specify what you don't want to be generated. Um, yeah,
People
sorry, I couldn't hear that. The
Okay. I'm saying that
hello. Hello? I can't hear you.
Hello.
Hello?
Okay. Yeah. Forget about the negative prompt. Let's just move ahead.
Okay.
Okay. So this grandma on the street, they're saying that if you want a young woman, and you basically have to be very specific about what you want. Otherwise, it will make choices for you. Okay, then they're saying that they're talking about the sort of specifics one can use. So they're saying celebrity names like Emma Watson and all cause cause it to make something distinct, and specifically Emma Watson. Artist names, I think here is more like in the style of. So it's not that you want a photo of Van Gogh, but more like in the style of Van Gogh.
Mm-hmm.
And then art medium is like, do you want it as a cartoon, painting, photograph? Is that fine?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Then we have certain parameters and things like image size, sampling steps, and CFG scale. Uh, so one second. Let's write CF. CFG seems to be a technical word that I think it's called context-free guidance. So we'll have to see what it means. Sampling steps is the number of, I guess, stable diffusion creates your image by taking a noise, taking a noisy image and slowly removing the noise from it. So the more number of steps you have, it's like you're cooking it more. You're removing the noise slowly. So which probably gives you a sharper image, like a more detailed image, but it also eats
Yeah.
up time.
Okay. Um, and if if it has like more steps, could it be that, let's say, within 20 steps, then it's a good image? Then past that, then it starts, I don't know, making it more complicated, and with that, the output may not be what you want. Um,
Actually, I don't know about that. If you can have uh, too many steps in terms of quality, I just know that you can have too many steps in terms of speed, as in it'll just slow down to a snail's pace.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay, then I guess standard image size is 512 cross 512, so that is fine. Uh, okay, then how many images should I generate? So, okay, so they're saying that I guess the workflow here is usually that you're not completely sure that your prompt is referring to what you exactly want. So their recommendation is to generate multiple images at the same time.
Yeah. Um,
So that, yeah,
I've also used, I think it's called Dale. For all the image generation platforms I've used, most of them generate multiple images at the same time, and then you just pick from that.
okay, yeah. So then common ways to fix defects in images. So I guess what they're saying is that you'll probably create an image that you won't be completely happy with. So then what you can do. So they give an example of face restoration. Uh, in this scenario, I guess these images have blurred or out of focus eyes. Uh, so they say that it is well known in the community that stable diffusion does not work well at faces. They often have problems in them. And so we often use image models that are trained for restoring faces. So I guess we run this afterwards on the face that has been generated.
Yeah,
That's what it seems like. I have. Okay. Then they're saying fixing small artifacts. Uh, okay, so here they're saying is that if you can kind of pinpoint what you don't like. For example, in this image, we feel the face is the weakest part. So we can do in painting, we can kind of point out that this is the part I want to fix, and we can just have the model redraw those parts.
yeah.
Okay, then they're saying that they talk about models. So they're saying most of the models are trained on version 1.5 or 1.4, and they are probably trained on specific um, data sets or like giving more importance to certain data sets. So they give an example of images generated from, so the first two are from the base models. Then F222, I believe, is something like a fashion. I'll take F to mean either fashion or face. So according to that, we can say it probably places emphasis to getting these parts right. Then anything an open journey, they seem to be trained more on cartoons or sketches. They have that sort of a style in what they are generated. Do you have any opinions here?
No, 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 I'm just following.
Okay. So they also write that it's possible to merge two models. So that might be interesting. So it's kind of like if two models have a certain amount, a certain strength to them, For example, I guess if we want an image of this lady in a cartoonish way, but we want her identity to be maintained, then we can
Mm-hmm.
merge maybe F222 and anything V3. Anything V3 will be towards the cartoonish nature, and F22 will probably get the face of the person correctly. So they're saying these are the models to stick to. They're saying they are the usual models. So XL here, I think, refers to extra large. All these models have a certain size of the parameters and everything to them. So they're saying that XL 1.0 is the really big one.
So that means it can size in terms of the image that it can generate.
No,
Um,
no, the model size. Like when we were working with Whisper
ah,
and things like that, the GBs and
yeah,
all that you, so those sizes.
yeah.
So yeah, so I think did you ever program a simple neural network? I think you did logistic regression, but simple neural network.
Neural network? No, no, don't
Okay,
think so.
fine. Oh, that's okay. So then they say how to train a new model. So they're saying two main ways of training it: Dream Booth and embedding. I have forgotten if Dream Booth is open source thing or what. So they're saying it's considered the more powerful way because it uh, tunes the whole model. Embeddings leave the model untouched but find keywords to describe the new subject or style. So we'll have to look at probably those to see what it means. Uh, yeah, so then we have the thing you said, negative prompts. So,
Yeah,
so yeah, they are in other tutorials, but right now we'll just take this as confirmation that there is a negative
yeah.
prompt. So, okay,
They're also saying that not all stable diffusion services support negative prompts. It is valuable for V1 models and a must for V2 models.
yeah.
So I
So,
guess you,
yeah,
I guess you have, when they say it's a must for V2 models, then I can take that word forward and maybe you have to use them, but I don't know. Maybe it's also option.
yeah, okay. I think we can confirm what you're saying. Uh, right now, maybe let's just move ahead to the part about the large prints. So they're saying
Okay.
that you should not generate images with width and height that is too different from the basic size 512. So I guess it does allow you to, but they're saying that the results are not good. So they're saying
Okay.
that probably go as far as 768 in the longer dimension. And then they're saying, just like they said that there are face restoration models, they're saying, they're
Mm-hmm.
saying we can upscale the image, as in we can blow it up using a second model. So here they are talking about some upscalers here. Right now, we'll just take it to mean something exists that can make it look
Yeah.
larger.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we have control image composition. So we have image to image. Uh, so they're saying we are using an eagle image to generate a dragon, but how we do it, probably they'll explain at some point of time. But okay, control net, I think we had seen its usage last time. So the way
Yeah.
it worked was like if you remember one thing about it, that it could take things like the edges of an image. Like you give it an image, it figures out edges, and it creates something that follows those edges. So the example they show here is about human poses. So I think we had even seen this thing where it would
Yeah.
draw lines along the
Mm-hmm.
person's arms and all that. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is an example of the same pose. Then we have regional prompting. So this is interesting because I'm not sure how it fits into the in painting part of things because that's also about a specific region. So they show that example of placing a wolf at the bottom left corner and the skulls at the bottom right corner. Uh, so okay, so I guess this is allowed, but I'm not sure how it works. Then we have depth to image.
Um.
So just confirming once, I think all of these are okay. These are not. I thought they were subparts of control net, but they seem to be something else. Uh, okay, so depth to image is that it follows the same foreground and background. It doesn't seem to be following the same background for me,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
foreground I can kind of agree.
Yeah. Also, with those lines, it was generating like the lines from the way the pose. You can see in the generated image the girl's face is turned around. So it has it in the right position, but yeah,
Hmm. Yeah,
just
I see that. I guess from the depth, it won't be able to say, like, it has no notion of a human face and body. It just has a notion of depth. And this face is kind of, yeah, it also is the same depth, this image that's generated.
yeah.
Okay, then we have specific subjects. So they're saying realistic faces of people. They're saying that okay, there is a specific tutorial to this. Then animals. Okay. Then there is unstable diffusion. Okay, this is for AI based adult images. And then yeah, that rounds out the basics chapter, I guess.
Yep.
So let's maybe have a look at this thing. This is a definite guide to prompts.
I also noticed for the animals, it looks cartoonish.
I didn't get it. Could you repeat?
The most of the images for animals from the tutorial they looked cartoonish.
Oh, yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
The link.
Okay, let's have a look at this thing then. Good prompts. So they're saying that process to. Okay. So they say anatomy of a good prompt. Uh, so they're saying, according to them, they've listed out how many different things you need to specify. These are like the subject, I guess a person, cat, whatever. Medium is like what they said, photography, etc. Style was in the style. Okay, not sure about medium and photo and style difference. Art sharing website, I guess you can say that like Pinterest or DeviantArt.
Mm-hmm.
Resolution, okay. Not sure. Key additional details, color and lighting. Okay, so they have other things. So subject is what you want to see. So these are all sorceresses. Uh, so they're saying that want to control for this. Then yeah, they start defining her magic hat, detailed leather. So I think this is coming only if you know what you want, then you do it. I'm not sure if they're talking about any general technique here. Did they also say, yeah, sitting on a rock, they said, so that's why in both images she is sitting on a rock. Medium, okay, so they're saying digital art. So that's that medium, but it would be good if they gave an alternate example. It looks no different from the style of images above, right?
Yeah, actually, they all look um, they're similar.
Yeah. So yeah,